the civil services exam in India is one of the toughest, and that too coming in the first 100 rank is great. Ms. Deena Dastagir from Thiruvananthapuram district of Kerala has achieved this feat. Ms. Deena, a native of Thiruvananthapuram, has secured 63rd rank in the 2020 All India Civil Services examination held by UPSC. Ms. Deena Dastagir, who did her schooling abroad at International Indian School, Dammam, has completed her BTech in Electronics and Communication at LBS Institute of Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. Her father is a research scientist in the King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals, Saudi Arabia, while her mother is a homemaker. In her third attempt, she has cleared this exam. Please tell us about you and the story of your success journey to get into the civil services.
Greetings everyone. My name is Deena Dastagir. I have secured All India rank 63 in the UPSC Civil Service Examination 2020. I am from Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. I am a graduate in Electronics and Communication Engineering from the LBS Institute of Technology for Women, Thiruvananthapuram. I did my entire schooling in the International Indian School, Dammam, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Talking about my civil services journey, this was my third attempt with UPSC. In my previous attempt, that is in the 2019 attempt, I had made it till the personality test but missed the final rank list by few marks. My optional is geography.
When did you decide to write the civil services exam? How many years you have prepared for this success?
My decision to pursue a career in civil services, I would say, stemmed from civil services being a childhood dream of mine. And the predominant reason is my school, that is the International Indian School, Dammam. Because I consider my school as a mini India which had students and teachers from all around the country. So that in fact gave me that sense of the cultural diversity of a great nation and that flick in me that I should be working for the common people of the country. So civil services was actually a childhood ambition. Another reason is definitely my father, Muhammad Abdul Qadir Dastagir. He is working as a research scientist in the King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals in Saudi Arabia. In fact, since my childhood, my father encouraged discussions on current affairs and science and basic happenings around the world and in the country. So current affairs was sort of keen interest for me and for my brother even. So I think that is also a reason why civil services is a childhood dream. And talking about how many years of preparation it took for me, I started my preparation seriously since 2017. And as I said, it was my third attempt. So 4 years of preparation to get this rank.
Do you have any work experience? If yes, how did you manage your studies?
I had actually got a campus placement offer at an MNC as part of the campus placement drive. But since civil services was a childhood ambition and I had decided that I would pursue a career in civil services, I had humbly not taken up the offer and I exclusively started preparing for civil services.
Was it self-preparation or did you join some coaching class? Is self-preparation enough to succeed or is it necessary to join for some coaching?
I had taken some guidance and coaching during my initial phases of preparation for my general studies papers and for my optional papers. And then towards the later phases of my preparation, that is the second and the third attempt, especially this attempt, it was more of self-preparation and some guidance and some mentorship for my course correction because to correct my errors which I did in the previous attempt. Talking about whether we need a coaching or not, I think the decision is a person-specific decision because I believe that every aspirant who comes into this preparation journey is quite unique and have their own educational backgrounds and socio-economic backgrounds. So what I feel is that if a candidate has an exposure or has a knowledge about humanities subject, I think the person can try probably a self-preparation. But I think as far as coaching is concerned, it gives us that much needed guidance to actually go through the vast syllabus that we have and also some sort of mentorship to do some course correction. So I think it is not a necessary prerequisite, but some coaching can definitely help, especially as far as optional answer writing, etc. are concerned.
What was your optional subject? How did you choose?
My optional subject in the UPSC civil service examination was geography. The reason why I chose geography was it was pretty a natural option because I was someone who was interested in the subject ever since my school days, and I'm pretty a nature lover, and I'm someone who likes to observe the phenomena that is happening around us. So geography was definitely a natural choice. And also, as far as an exam perspective was concerned, geography has a pretty good overlap with other papers like the General Studies 1, the General Studies 3, and also it helps us in the essay paper.
How was your personality test? How did you prepare for that?
I have been to the UPSC personality test twice, in my previous attempt in 2019 and definitely in this attempt in 2020. In fact, UPSC personality test is one stage of the examination which I really look up to because it's an opportunity, a great opportunity, wherein we are called upon by the constitutional body of the country and we get to interact with a panel of eminent bureaucrats and academicians. So I definitely had a great experience. In this time, I had my chairperson was Mrs. Sujata Mehta. She is an Indian Foreign Service officer. I had a very great experience of talking to her and her panel, wherein I was asked about my opinion about various issues and also about my detailed application form. And it was a pretty good experience, and it indeed reflected in my personality test marks as well. I got 195 marks, which indeed had a very crucial role to play in my selection in the list, and a good rank that will land me in my preferred service of Indian Administrative Service.
What is your opinion about role of handwriting, the main examination of the civil services exam?
I think a legible and a neat handwriting indeed has an important role to play as far as the mains examination is concerned. As all of you know, the mains examination is a descriptive type of examination where we will be writing for nearly 3 hours and quite in a faster pace. So I think a good handwriting is indeed an important part of what we call as a good presentation in a mains answer. Because when we write legibly, when we write in a good handwriting, it indeed makes the job of the examiner quite easy, and it can help us fetch more marks probably. So I think a good handwriting, like any human factor is concerned, since it makes the presentation of the answer better, in that way good handwriting is indeed an important factor.
If you can share your preparation strategy, it will be definitely useful for young aspirants.
If I can put my preparation strategy in 4 words, I can say that 1 is self-introspection, 2nd is planning, 3rd is revision, and 4th is practice. The first key, that is self-introspection. I think every aspirant, the first and the foremost thing that an aspirant has to do is to do a self-introspection of his and her own strengths and weaknesses. I believe that every aspirant is unique. Everyone has their own set of strengths and weaknesses. For example, as a result of my self-introspection, I found that probably the preliminary stage, the first stage of examination, was not really my cup of tea. So what I did was to plan my strategy and plan my approach so that I could get over this weakness of mine and turn into probably not a strength but not an impediment or a bottleneck for my journey ahead. And I would really request my fellow aspirants that they do not blindly follow the plans and strategies of any other person. Try to understand what they are trying to say and try to see whether that will best suit you and your way of studying. So that's the first step. I think the next important factor is good planning, because in the civil services preparation, I think there is so much of syllabus that has to be covered. So good planning will help us to cover the syllabus in a proper manner and also give us time for revision, which is in fact a crucial factor. If I talk about my personal experience, what I did was to prepare larger plans. I in fact had 3 types of plans. One is I used to set monthly targets, I used to set weekly targets, and I used to set daily targets. And trust me, I had 3 different planner books for 3 different stages of the examination. And I made it a point that I cover at least 80 to 90% of my weekly and daily plans. And I used to, so what I would like to say is that it's not really the fixed hours of study, but it's about attaining those plans. So I think a planned based study will actually help us in a better coverage of the syllabus. I think as far as any examination is concerned, one of the very major factors is about revision. I think one major mistake that we aspirants do is that we probably run behind many number of sources and probably read 10 sources one time. But the actual requirement is that we read one source 10 times. And I think that is one important course correction that I did from my previous attempt and this attempt, because revising properly will help us to recreate what we learned effectively in our examination, and especially in the mains examination where we are continuously writing for 3 hours. Another important factor I would say is good note making. I think note making, you can do it in the pen and paper form or in the digital form, but good concise notes will actually help you to do that better revision, which is actually an important factor, much before the examination, and hence recreate your content in the exam. I think practice is also one important factor as far as this examination is concerned, be it in the prelim stage, main stage, or even in the personality test, because that grooms you better to perform well in exam-like conditions.
What is your message to present-day youth?
Message to the youth. I think I would like to address that question as someone who is actually a member of that youth. I acknowledge that as in this today's digital world especially, there are many distractions around us. But what I feel is that it is important that we do not get carried away by those distractions and instead use those things judiciously. If I can say a personal example, if I speak about my personal example, I was someone who used social media, especially Twitter, productively for my current affairs preparation in my civil service examination. It in fact helped me in covering the current affairs preparation, or doing the current affairs preparation in a very good manner. Another thing that I want to tell my dear friends is that we need to keep good goals in life. And to attain those goals, we need to work hard, smart and sincere. I think hard work is something which probably does not need much of a definition. But I think I would like to define or like to tell you what smart work is. Smart work is not something which can be easily defined. It is actually something which is very person specific. When you work according to a personalized strategy that is based upon your self introspection of your strengths and weaknesses, I think working as per that personalized strategy, that is what is called as smart work. I would like to acknowledge with all humility that my humble achievement in this UPSC Civil Service examination has been a result of a very beautiful teamwork. In my 4 years of preparation journey, I can say that I had done my work quite sincerely and not really bogged down by those distractions around me. As a result, I could gain one very crucial factor, that is the trust of my parents and my brother. As a result, with this much needed factor of trust, they acted as that protective barrier. My parents and my brother acted as that much needed protective barrier to the challenges around me, and they did not let those challenges in fact to reach me and cause any distractions. So that's why I call this as a very beautiful teamwork. So dear friends, I would like to tell you that whenever you set a target, set a goal, or you are taking up a challenge, I request you that you do your job sincerely, and trust me, it also gives you that much needed advantage of that beautiful teamwork that will help you overcome any challenges. One humble suggestion to my fellow aspirants, especially to my dear women aspirants, I do acknowledge that there can be many challenges that can come in our way when we are preparing for this examination, or for that matter, when we take up anything that's quite challenging. But I would request all of you that you stay positive, do your work sincerely, and I'm sure things are going to fall in the right place and you are going to attain what you want eventually in life.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much.
இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, பெல் ஐக்கன் பிரஸ் பண்ண மறந்து போயிடாதீங்க. அப்பதான் நாங்க போஸ்ட் பண்ற வீடியோவோட நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் உங்களுக்கு வரும்.